regular viewers of the podcast will know, I often refer to my dogs. So if you see them, they're my dogs, very kindly. Joe has said we can have a look around his showroom and bring the dogs as well. So Joe, thank you.
As long as they don't jump in the back again.
Oh, don't.
Anyway, let's not go there.
We won't go there. I know you're itching to say. Let's start with the Dallara. These are why? Because I like it.
Okay.
I mean, I really like this car.
So do I. This one's mine.
Is that because it's not a Porsche?
Oh, so this is yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it specs so beautifully.
Ah. I mean, the first thing I noticed is there's no doors.
No. It's basically a little racing car for the road. And I went to Italy under duress to see the car at Dallara. And I sort of owed a favour to a friend of mine, so I went. And I saw it being built, and I was very impressed. And then I got to sit with Mr. Dallara, and I was like, oh yeah, he's the coolest man in the world. He then told me the story of how the car was born. And he said, I decided that before I died, I wanted to make a road car. And I'm getting to 80, so I thought 80 is about when I should die, so I thought I should make a road car. So we've made a road car. So they made 600 cars. And I think people underestimate what Dallara is all about, because he's probably the biggest kept secret in the world in motorsport. You know, and also him. You know, he was the co-designer of the Lamborghini Miura. You know, him and Gandini. He told me the story, and again, I was sitting there very privileged, and he said we were kids, 23 and 22, something like this. The boss came in our office, and he said, we were going to do a sports car. Draw it. And they said, well, what do you want it to look like? You're the designers, you do it. So he said, we did it, and then I said to Gandini when we'd done it, I said, yeah, take the drawing into the boss. He said, no, you take it in. You know, so we then decided to take it in together, a bit of solidarity. And he said, yeah, I like that, and that's how Miura was born. Now, when you see this guy, he made history. He was a visionary, and he still is. And I didn't really want to sort of be selling the car, but actually I was in love with the whole of what they were doing, and he totally charmed me. And I just thought, how would I not want to sell a car for the coolest man in the world? You know, he has built Lancia Strato, you name it, he's had a hand in it. And you know, even currently today, Bugatti Veyron is a chassis made at Dallara. You know, the 918 Porsche is made by Dallara. These people are superb, and the car's fantastic. It's not a Ferrari. It's got a little engine, but its power to weight ratio is 400 and odd horsepower and 800 kilos, so it goes like hell. Round a track, it'll completely upset any of the Porsche drivers, which is always fun.
Oh, you must be happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like Porsches.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Jump in it.
No.
Oh,
Well, if I
please.
jump in it, you know what's going to happen.
The dogs will get it, and that's
The dogs
fine.
will
There's
get
plenty of room.
Yeah. Well, there is. No, but
I'd
no,
like to
I
see
don't
you
want
jump
I
into
don't
it.
want the dogs jumping in.
It's
so.
just, it's a pretty car.
It is a very pretty car. And
It is lovely.
I love this green Volvo.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
And again, you know, it wasn't offensive with the option list. You know, with most of the big manufacturers, the cost of what the whole body was in carbon is a steering wheel in one of the grown-up cars. So
Yeah.
it's been priced well, and people are buying them because
So his project was not about making money.
No.
It was about he wanted to produce a road car.
£30,000 per car on every car he sells because of
Okay.
the R&D he put in.
Wow.
But he wasn't really caring about that. He wanted to put a road car
Yeah.
on the road with his name on it before he dies. And I thought, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So, there we go.
And then over here, is this the car that you're going to be racing, or that you used to race?
No.
The Maserati? No.
No.
This is just one that's for sale.
No,
It's not for
just
sale.
parked here.
It's okay.
It's just parked here. Yeah, these were sort of made by God, really. I mean, these were as good as they got. I mean, MC12 GT1. Ferrari had a big hand. The car was really built at the F1 factory, and it was just, this is as good as it gets. And there's basically, in practical terms, 10 cars in the world, and this is it. Most racing cars are either purposeful, they look something, they're made for the job.
Yeah.
This car had all of that and all the above, and it was beautiful. And very few racing cars can honestly say they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And this has it all. You know, if I found a girl like this, I'd seriously think about having her as a keeper. But sadly, I don't know if she exists. So there we go. MC12 GT1 at its best.
And this is for sale?
No.
It's not?
No.
But it's just part, I mean...
It belongs to a friend of mine, and he's decided that he probably will keep it. He may drive it one day, and it's not for sale. And I sort of can't blame him. And the trouble is, I'd like to sell it, because obviously I like to profit out of it, but it's not for sale at the moment.
I can see this being a bit of a challenge, because you've got this amazing facility, this phenomenal workshop, and you've got it filled it's almost a museum.
No, that's for sale.
Okay, all right.
That thing.
Okay, that thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. This is
minor
the
little
latest
P1
creation from Woking,
yeah.
And it's purposeful. It's amazing. It's faster than this. It does everything better than this. But it's nothing to look at like this. This is just exquisite. So this will be a classic car going forward forever because it's beautiful.
Like the Porsche.
Yeah, the Porsche. I mean, you sort of forgive it for being a Porsche because it's a 910. It was stunning. I mean, look at it. Proportionally stunning. 1960s. It's when everything was good in the 60s. It's just a happy car.
Is this for sale?
This is for sale. Well, it will be next week.
Finally, we found something for sale.
So this car will be for sale.
One for you?
No, it's not for me. But,
But
they are beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's a little 910 Porsche, mid-60s, you know, and so pretty.
What year is this?
I think 65, 66, somewhere around
Yeah.
there. Maybe 67, actually, 67. Be late 60s.
Would a buyer of this car just look at it, or would they actually drive it?
Oh no, this was being used on Tour Auto and events all over the
has
place.
been used.
It's fab. What do you think, sweetie? I know. It's a pretty car. I know. You can't believe it's a Porsche either. I know. It's surprising. There we go.
So that's road legal?
Oh yeah.
Ah,
Very
Really?
much so.
cool.
Yeah, a little impractical for the Waitrose run, but
Yeah.
everything else is good.
So what else do you feel is a really special car in here? I mean, there are obviously
275. I mean,
I've literally...
obviously.
I mean, how can you not see that? You know, short nose, 275, mid-60s, beautiful. One we restored, that's nut and bolt rebuilt.
This one you did?
Yeah. It's sold now. Client hasn't got round to picking it up. He said he'll pop in sometime this year. So he'll come when he's ready.
Right.
So, because, I mean, I remember when 275s were seen as I'm trying to think how long ago this was now. This was the mid-90s.
Yeah.
They were the sort of poor man's
I think
250 GTO,
So-
but suddenly they have really exploded. Well, I say suddenly, I mean, that was some
it's
time
not.
ago.
I mean, they've never been. I've never looked at it as a poor man. They're just different.
Yeah.
And the reality is, the 250s are a cult car. The 275 is actually the better car.
Right.
So if you want to actually drive the car, the 275 is a later car. If it's a later car, it's normally evolved.
Yeah.
It's an evolved car, so it's a better car than a 250.
So,
But a different feel to drive.
yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, you don't always go for better, you go for what makes you smile the most. And these are absolutely stunning, and they deserve the recognition that they get. And they're definitely on the up. For me, they're a car that has got, it's never going down in value.
No.
For me, it's undervalued at the moment.
Well, I know the car that I can see in my eye line that makes me smile,
Which is?
which is the Fiat down the back,
Of course.
because I have one and they make me smile. What about you, Darren?
Well, I mean, I keep looking at the DeLorean.
You just
and
want to
You
go
want to
back
go
in
see the-
time.
well,
That's all
because
it
I want to
is.
get back into it. Was
He wants to double up on his
no,
margin.
as a teenager, it was one of my favourite films, and it was just they did this most preposterous thing to this DeLorean.
So this car was the car that they used for all the interior shots for the movie.
Right,
Oh,
okay.
really?
So
Yeah.
I'm going to hold on to my dogs because they're otherwise...
No, let them
gonna-
in. Let them
no.
in. Let them in.
This one, it doesn't matter.
Well, they've
That
got
one-
clean feet now.
It
They
doesn't
haven't
matter.
been...
That's
Yeah.
fine. No, go in there. So this
Does
was,
it actually work?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I mean,
of
I'm
course
sure it
it does.
doesn't go back to the future.
No,
But,
that's the only thing it doesn't do. It doesn't go back to the future. But we try.
oh, it's got pretty
There you go.
lights and everything.
Oh, and someone's buggered about with the time machine now, so never
Oh
mind.
no!
Go on, baby girl. Go in there. You see what you think.
So this was actually used in the
Yeah.
film.
So this was it was one of the film cars.
Wow. Even got the flux capacitor.
For sure.
Do you remember? Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I need to go back and watch the film. I don't remember enough.
It's a lovely thing, isn't it?
But, so are they?
Go on, Amanda, go and sit in there. You've got the flux capacitor there. Come on.
Okay.
In you go.
What are they like to drive?
Terrible.
I'm about to
Awful
say,
thing.
they
Yeah.
sort of,
Awful thing. I mean,
So
they
who-
were a cross between
No.
an American and a French.
So would anyone
they
actually-
had no chance, did they, with that DNA, really?
So would anyone actually buy this?
The original ones, yeah. This
Yeah.
one not for sale,
Yeah.
because I use it more as...
There's nothing for sale in
fun.
here.
Well,
Apart from
there
the
is-
P1
there's-
GTR.
There's things for sale, but
Yeah.
this one I like. So I try to keep things in here that I like looking at.
Yeah.
So otherwise,
It's probably got to be someone like my age that watched Back to the Future. And
no.
just-
The amount of people that have fun with this is
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And if it puts a smile on someone's face, it can't be bad, can it?
oh my goodness, look at, oh, sorry, I'm just seeing more lights.
Yeah.
Getting quite excited about that.
There
I
we
think
go.
it's inspiring me to go back and watch the
So we've
movie.
got here 599 GTO. right?
599 GTO, yeah.
They're doing very well.
They are.
Yeah.
Don't really know much about them, but
at
they're
least they're
modern,
honest.
They're fun. They make a good noise.
Yeah.
And they're pretty aggressive.
What do you see as, I mean, so, look, I mean, there are some, I mean, it's
Awesome.
sublime to ridiculous in here. It,
Yes, you agree, don't you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You go and see the dog.
yeah, Betty's just seeing away your customers.
Yeah.
Where do you see the most activity? I mean, is it in like things like this and this?
No.
Is it in the racing cars?
It's all over the market.
Okay.
There's no absolute things like there. You've got Ferrari FF. Those cars at the moment are fantastic news, and they deserve to be, because people never realised quite how good the car was. And it's a four-seater Ferrari that's four-wheel drive, and you can go off-road and go wherever you want
Yeah.
with it. You know, it doesn't matter what the weather's doing, the car will take you home. It does huge speeds, it makes a great noise, and you think, yeah, life's all right.
So, in terms of sales, I mean, it's quite an eclectic mix of cars from all different eras, shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
And is there any kind of strategy to what you like to bring into your showroom sales?
No.
Just whatever brings a
Well,
smile to your face, as you
Whatever,
said. Yeah?
good cars.
It's good cars, yeah.
Good cars will always sell.
Yeah.
And they're going to sell, then it works for us. And it's simple as that.
So it's a true enthusiast
Yeah,
showroom,
you know,
really.
the
It is.
boys,
Yeah.
the boys do all the modern stuff,
Yeah.
and they get it's not run of the mill, but it's like late Ferraris,
Yeah.
sort of up to 5 years, 6 years old. We buy a lot of those, and we have a regular client base that will buy those cars, and they'll quite often keep them for a year or two,
Yeah,
and then they'll
just swap
change
them
something,
in.
and then so we'll see a lot of our cars from repeat, and the FF, they'll love it so much, then they'll maybe take a Lusso at a later date,
Yeah.
and we'll take their FF, and things like that. So as long as the car's something happy about it, you want to sell it.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't get it right all the time, but you try. But it's so easy to sell things you like, you know, and that's the
Certainly
point.
helps.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Joe, I mean, this is phenomenal. Thank you so much for having us. Bretty and Bruno have also had a magnificent time. And if you need any new upholstery work doing, just ask them to come along, and
that's
they'll
right. Yeah, they are the specialists, aren't they?
specialist in wrecking upholstery.
I've got my own. I've got my own that are very good.
So come on, Joe.
Yeah.
We need to ask one final question. What car should Amanda buy that she can fit her dogs into as well? And we'll put a smile on your face, because obviously that's what you're passionate about.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it'd have to be.
Don't. Don't.
You know what?
What?
I think it would be the Fiat 500 Giardinara.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because it's the
You're
family
agreeing with
car,
it.
I am.
and it's cool. Should we have one little look at it?
Go on.
I'll just put the bonnet down. And it is cool, it's fun, and it's the family car
Can
here.
I use this as a daily car?
Absolutely, 100%.
So this is a car that's had Joe Macari's magic
This car,
sprinkle.
this car can be used as a daily car. Look, long-range fuel tank. There you go. Look at the size of that. It's nearly 5 gallons in there. Okay.
At least
Oh,
it's
yes.
cheap to fill up.
You
And
actually could
I
fit
am
these
the-
dogs in the back.
Double sunroof. Okay. Suicide doors.
Suicide doors.
There you go. Here you go, sweetie.
There's definitely plenty of
Oh,
room
there you
for
go.
these
In
dogs.
you go, sweetie. There, look.
No,
there
you
go.
don't want them in.
In you go. Go
All
on.
right,
then.
dogs, in you go.
In you go.
Go.
Go on. In you go. You see how well trained they are, mummy?
In you
Commands,
go.
and then they go. One in there. You're going into. There you go. There we are.
We found the car.
found
Oh
the
no,
car.
she changed her mind.
Right.
There's
yeah.
one. And then,
Well, that one's definitely up for the ride.
yeah.
Oh no,
No,
let's
change
get
the
back
mind.
in.
Oh, we're getting
There you
in.
go.
All right. Hi, Betty.
There we go, Betty. There you go. And then Mummy's away. Look at that. Now there is
This
the family.
is a
and sadly for
classic
you, it was
moment.
sold last week.
That's it.
Yes, it was.
Oh, you didn't tell us that
I
at the
know,
start.
I know.
And, the young man who bought it has asked me, do you think I should drive it to France with my friends in September? And
And
I
you
said,
said
if you
yes.
don't, I'll be incredibly disappointed.
Well,
I would have bought this.
I know. Fortunately,
Bruno
I've got a
likes
maiden.
it.
I might have another one.
well,
What do you think? Can
you
you
heard it
reach
here
out the roof?
first. We found the car.
There it is.
That's
the,
it.
The
Found
family
the car,
estate car.
the new family car.
The Jardinara.
My daily
Down to Joe
driver.
now to find another one and agree a price.
Oh, yeah.
And
Very sort
The
of
friends and family deal.
Yeah, what's that?
right, well,
There you
on
go.
that note, Joe, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Joe.
Pleasure.